All right, good morning. Good morning. It is like super early in the morning, so I hope you all appreciate me being out here in the cemetery this early. Actually, I came out here to here we go. I came out here to the cemetery because this past Saturday or Sunday, they actually just had a memorial service for an African American man that was buried out here, and he was actually a Civil War veteran. I wasn't able to make the service, but I wanted to make sure that I came by to at least visit it. So let me go ahead and show you all this grave. And this is James H. Cleggett, and he was in the Navy. And as you can see, he was born in 1845 and he died in 1929. And he actually served in the Civil War, which is actually really, really cool. So here's the dedication. It says, "Landsman on USS Morning Light, much respected member of the London branch of American Civil War veterans, remembered by monuments for UK veterans of the American Civil War Association." And here is another monument. So I just wanted to make sure that I got out here. Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War. I wanted to make sure that I got out here so that I could see it, because I wasn't able to make it on Sunday. But also, this is honestly, a pretty historic cemetery. Like, as you see, there's a lot of American flags, so there's a lot of people that served in the war. But also, like, the graves in this section are beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, I just went to another section. Look at this. Look how old that is, man. Look how old that is. That's nuts. You know what I mean? Like, these are so freaking old. Look at that. 1931. 1931. So this is like the section of the cemetery where everybody died in like 30s and 40s. This is definitely like the military part of the cemetery. But I'm gonna actually cut over to, look at that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm actually gonna cut over to the grave of Eugene Williams, who is also buried here. So Eugene Williams was the first victim of the Chicago 1919 race riots. He was a 17-year-old, literally just in his little makeshift raft with his homies, after graduating high school or whatever. And unfortunately, his raft drifted to a different part of the lake that I guess they said that us black people weren't allowed to. So it was really, really bad. They stoned him to death pretty much, and he drowned. They dedicated a marker to him and to all of the other victims. It was like between 38 and 44 victims of the Chicago Race Riots in 1919. And honestly, it was like, it's called the Red Summer for a reason. So if you don't know anything about the race riots of 1919, sorry, I'm pulling off, but if you don't know anything about the race riots of 1919, definitely look that up. So I hope that you all enjoy this next part of the video where there is a marker dedicated to him. Have a wonderful day, y'all. Sunday afternoon simmered hot and humid on July 27th, 1919, escaping into the cool of Lake Michigan. 17-year-old high school graduate Eugene Williams and his companions were paddling their home-made railroad tie raft near the 29th Street beach and crossed an invisible racial line. On shore, a turf battle between the races raged as blacks demanded access. During the melee, a lone white man standing on the breakwater began throwing rocks at the raft. One rock struck Eugene, and he slid beneath the waves. Incensed black Chicagoans cried out for justice. They got none. White policemen, alerted to the identity of the murderer, refused to make arrests and instead charged black men, sparking deeper and even more deadly disturbances. In the next traumatic days, more than 38 innocent people, both black and white, were killed as fury, fed by rumors, thundered through the city. Finally, on the fifth day, cooling rains dampened the flames of hatred, and the belatedly called National Guard troops tamped out the embers of the 5-day riot. It was a shameful episode in Chicago's history. Williams' murder was not an isolated incident. In Chicago, racially motivated violence erupted throughout the Red Summer of 1919 to prevent homes from being sold to and occupied by African American buyers. Vigilantes destroyed them with explosives. There were also unprovoked attacks by white mobs on individual African Americans. The race riot in Chicago was considered the worst of nearly 30 such disturbances that swept through the nation in the 1919 Red Summer. Violence sprang from ignorance, fear, and hatred of the many rural blacks who had migrated from the South in search of new neighborhoods and better jobs. Though today they are scarcely remembered, the 1919 riots marked a turning point when Chicago's African Americans, though they would suffer for it, refused to endure the murder of an innocent child and valiantly fought back. Eugene Williams, March 10th, 1902 to July 27th, 1919. If We Must Die by Claude McKay. If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and pinned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our cursed lot. If we must die, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Then even the monsters we defied shall be constrained to honor us through dead. O kinsmen, we must meet the common foe. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men will face the murderous, cowardly, can't really see that, something pressed to the wall, dying. I'm gonna have to look that up. But yes, here we go. The grave of Eugene Williams, 1919 race riot victim of Chicago, the first race riot victim. Ooh.